Here's the top stories for October 9th. Boying Remulla takes oath as the new ombudsman. Dizon says 421 out of 8,000 flood control projects are ghost projects. The ICI recommends slashing levels of authority for civil works at DPWH district and regional offices. A probe into the state of bridges nationwide was sought in the Senate after the Piggatan Bridge collapse. The PCG and BFAR distribute assistance to fishermen in the West Philippine Sea despite harassment. President Trump says Israel and Hamas agreed to the first phase of plan to end fighting and release hostages. Newly appointed Ombudsman Jesus Crispin C. Remulla took his oath of office today, October 9th, before acting Chief Justice Marvic M.V.F. Leonin at the Session Hall of the Supreme Court in Manila. Remulla, who was plucked out of the Department of Justice, where he served as secretary since 2022, earlier said he will assume his new post on Friday, October 10th. He was appointed ombudsman by President Marcos last October 7th from a list of 7 nominees submitted by the Judicial and Bar Council. His term of office is 7 years. A total of 421 out of 8,000 inspected flood control projects across the country are ghost projects or practically non-existent, Department of Public Works and Highways Secretary Vince Dizon disclosed on Thursday, October 9th. After spending several days on the field validating flood control projects that were tagged as completed in the agency's record, Dizon returned to the Independent Commission for Infrastructure headquarters to report his findings. With the help of the Department of Economy, Planning and Development, or previously the National Economic and Development Authority, as well as of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police, Dizon said they found that hundreds of supposedly completed flood control projects do not exist at all. Dizon said that most of the projects are from Luzon. The Independent Commission for Infrastructure has recommended to slash the threshold of levels of authorities for the procurement of civil works at district and regional offices of the Department of Public Works and Highways amid rampant anomalies in the country's flood control projects. ICI Chairman and retired Supreme Court Associate Justice Andres Reyes Jr., in a letter dated October 4th, made this recommendation to DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon immediately in light of alleged corruption stemming from loopholes in DPWH's own orders. Reyes particularly cited DPWH Department Order No. 195, series of 2022, which increased LOA's threshold from 100 million to 150 million pesos at the district level, and from 300 million to 400 million pesos at the regional level. Senator Jinggoy Ejercito Estrada has called on the Senate to conduct a comprehensive inquiry into the status of all state bridges nationwide. Estrada, in filing Senate Resolution No. 153, said it is imperative to look into the condition and structural integrity of bridges nationwide following the collapse of the 50-year-old Piggatan Bridge in Alcala, Cagayan, the second bridge collapse in the Cagayan Valley region in just 8 months. The Piggatan Bridge collapsed on Monday afternoon, October 6th, after multiple trucks reportedly exceeded its 18-ton load limit. 4 trucks fell along with the bridge when it collapsed over 20 feet. 7 people were reportedly injured, according to the Cagayan Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office. Despite what they described as aggressive actions from Chinese maritime forces, the Philippine Coast Guard and the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources were able to provide aid distribution missions for fishermen in the West Philippine Sea on Wednesday, October 8th. The assistance includes fuel subsidies, crushed ice for the fishermen's catch, and grocery packs in order to extend and expand the fishing activities of Filipino fishermen in the area. At Bajo de Masinloc, Gavan disclosed that a People's Liberation Army Navy vessel, 568, issued warnings from a distance regarding a live fire exercise in the area, raising concerns among Filipino fishermen. Authorities earlier warned that China is using another ploy to scare Filipino fishermen and PCG and BFAR personnel by claiming that live fire exercises are regularly done near Bajo de Masinloc. Israel and Hamas agreed on Wednesday to pause fighting in Gaza and release at least some hostages and prisoners, accepting a deal put forward by the Trump administration that would represent the biggest breakthrough in months in the devastating 2-year-old war. President Donald Trump wrote on social media in trumpeting the agreement, saying that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line as the first steps toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace, and that all parties will be treated fairly. Israel and Hamas separately confirmed the contours of the deal. It calls for Hamas to release all 20 living hostages in the coming days, while the Israeli military will begin a withdrawal from the majority of Gaza. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.